already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ RichieSkye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. Skye Squad, we are back in the building, and we gotta tell you some news today. We got some positive vibes go on. Well, positive for us, hopefully, and positive for them too. But Porsha and Simon's divorce will finally be finalized, and I cannot wait to tell you when. Okay, I cannot wait. It's gonna be a big day for news, and I'm gonna be in the air. I'm gonna be in the air. Okay. So I'm just, So anyway, let's get into the tea, okay? Simon and Porsha are finally getting this divorce finalized. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I'll be into the spirit of that song, baby. And I just can't let it go. It just seems to fit. It fits my vibe. It fits my aesthetic. Don't y'all hate that word, that aesthetic word, aesthetic? Anyway, let's get into the tea of it all. Let's get into the tea. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, like this video, smack the like button right now. Tap it, pause the video and slap it, okay? Slap it like you mad at it. Slap it like you waiting on the person to finally deliver your income taxes, and they laid on it for about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks. Slap it like that, okay? But we don't condone the slapperization of real people, but I'm just giving you a metaphorical example of how to slap that like button. So anyway, let's get into the exclusive that the Jasmine brand has for us. Thank the Lord I'm free, no longer bound. This divorce ain't holding me. Okay, so someone asked in the comments, when will this divorce be over? We have been subjected to this mess for a year now. Porsha says the 26th. I would have to assume that she is meaning the 26th of February, okay? I would hope it's not the 26th of November, because if it is the 26th of November, girl, you could have left this answer to yourself. It best to be the 26th of February. Now, do y'all know the other significance of the date of the 26th of February? I believe that's around the same time that we're going to find out the verdict, the sentencing for Karen Huger. So that is going to be a day and a half, okay? A day and a half that I'm going to be up in the air. Up in the air. Lord, be Wi-Fi on a plane in a private room so I could do a video, okay? Anyway, do y'all get Wi-Fi on planes? I never get the Wi-Fi on the plane. I personally am just not a big fan of hopping on any and every Wi-Fi, especially on my phone, unless you got, do they got VPN for the phone? I know they got VPN for the computer, because I got the Nord, okay? This ain't no plug or nothing like that, but in order for me to work and I'm traveling around the globe and whatnot, globe trotting, jet set, I need to have myself some protection for my computer and my internets and stuff like that. So I have the Nord. I don't know if y'all have that, but you should probably look and see about getting something, some level of security. Meanwhile, back to Porsha, the 26th. So now, if we go back to Simon's post from yesterday, let's go back. Let's see if we can go back, forth and forth. All right. I am Simon. I don't know that. What is his name? Oh. Okay. Let's go back, forth and forth. So now Simon says this on the gram. While I pull that up, give you something. Let's give him something to talk about. He says, if you're watching Real Housewives of Atlanta and reading the blogs this season along with millions of others, please don't ask me to stay silent. Expecting that from me would be disingenuous. I wouldn't even give that advice to my worst enemy. God bless. Now, given that the 26th is days before the 9th of March. If it is the 26th of February, then I would have to wonder, what would you have to talk about? I mean, I guess you can still make comments on your Instagram account. Maybe you should start a blog. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just, I mean, get the written word out, or a Patreon or something like that. Then people would have to pay for it, Simon. I'm trying to give you a way to get some money, okay? But that's just me. You know, I try to tell everybody, get a YouTube page, but y'all don't want to listen, don't listen. So anyway, there we have it. There we have it, the 26th. Again, she did not say February 26th, March 26th, April 26th, June 26th, September 26th. She said the 26th. It better be the 26th of February, because I'm going to be mad otherwise. Now, let's get into the next tea that we got to talk about for today. Okay? Let me get back to Fade Your Face. So, the Bravo Shade Room, shout them out, shout them out, shout them out. The Bravo Shade Room says, Sweet Tea speaks on Quad's comments from Married to Medicine. This is from the Virtual Reality Podcast. Okay. So let's get into it. Y'all keep in mind, when these people do interviews, they are typically asked these questions. I'm gonna give y'all just a bit of tea for me. I purposely did not really try to ask a lot of questions about, you know, the situation between her and Quad, outside of maybe a little something here or there, because I know what that turns into. But I also understand that people have to do their jobs, and this man is doing his job, asking the questions, and she's got to do her job by answering the questions. Similarly, if Quad is asked, Quad will either say, I'm not talking about her because she don't want to give her no energy, like she did on Watch What Happens Live, or she may end up talking about her, you know, and deliver a lethal read, because Quad is a reader. Okay, in case you didn't know, Quad is a reader. You can call Quad many things, but the girl is a read down girl.
Whenever she mentioned about having the baby shower and then throwing me a baby shower, I felt like that was a little offensive.
I would say, to me, if I were Sweet Tea, that would be offensive to me, simply because, girl, like, this Sweet Tea's story has been about having a baby. And if you really dig deeper into it, with Quad now wanting a baby with King, and her not wanting a baby with Dr. G, it's kind of like, I would stay away from the baby talk, because I kind of feel like Quad turning around and saying that, girl, y'all need to you need to be getting busy on top of him, and whatnot, and letting him do his business or whatever like that, or whatever she said. Girl, it's like, this girl is having her own struggles that she's going through with conception. So at least be sensitive to that. You might, if you want to read her down about, you know, her country accent or something like that, I said, okay, that's fine. You know, but when you start getting into this area right here, that's kind of like a really sensitive area for women in general, I just felt like that was a little too, that veered too far into the realm of distasteful to me. But that's just me.
So I was just like, you know, because we're not friends, and I don't really know Quad like that. And
I mean, and they not friends, to be fair. I mean, you know, Quad did show up to the girls' bachelorette, brought her a gift though, so that was nice. Which I thought, when she did that, I thought, ooh, mad inappropriate. But also, it is par for the show, right? Par for the show. They got to give something on the show. And I thought Quad giving her the gift, I thought, was an olive branch. And I actually thought Quad asking, can she hug Dr. G's neck a little bit? You know, can I rub on his neck a little bit? Not rub on it, but, you know, she said, can I hug up on it? Can I hug up on it? Ooh, baby, you feel like you like what you see. You know, can I check up on it? Check up on it. You're going to check up on it. I'm going to check up on it. Check on me tonight. Now, she didn't say all that, but it was given check up on it vibes. Oh boy, you're looking like you like what you see. Won't you come up on? You know, it was given that. So I mean, yeah, I might be, you know, like a little wary of the girl too.
We haven't had much of an interaction other than her coming to my bachelorette party, and
oh boy, you're looking like you like.
Really at the end with a Met Gala and then the girls trip. So we haven't really had much of an interaction. I swear we haven't even had more than a 2-minute conversation.
I mean, you know, That's pretty fair. I heard that they had got into it a little bit at the reunion last year, but I didn't. I felt like I was traveling there too.
Really?
And so, like, for her to all of a sudden go from, you know, she's happy for us one moment, the next moment she's shaming us and talking crap about me and making fun of my voice.
Get a little access to the money.
And so then it's just like, I'm trying to figure out, where do we go wrong?
Well, a lot of your co-stars were looking at you, but then it kind of felt very targeted from Quad.
So again, he's asking a question, but it is technically a leading question. So it's almost like one of those things where someone says, and this is no discredit to him because he's obviously coined and doing the thing, right? So this is not a knock against him, but it is a leading question because it's kind of like saying, well, yeah, so this is actually what's happening. And then the only thing the person can say in response to that is, well, I mean, yeah, you're right about that. It is happening.
Yes, it did.
See? Let me tell y'all something. I've been in this business for a long time, and I ain't trying to say I'm no expert or nothing. I ain't, because if I was, I'd still be on somebody's news broadcast show. But I don't like reading teleprompters. So there I go. Anyway, back to what's not. This is not about me, okay? But somehow I will make it about me. Lord, I will. This is why, if you were wondering, I am caffeinated. Anyway, back to the thing.
And I think that she's an instigator, and she is a professional victim.
Now, the victim thing, I'm going to say, I would call Toya more of an instigator than I would Quad. Quad, I would say that the girls on the show have called her a professional victim. The girls on the show did call her a victim. Simone is called, I mean, you know, these are the things that the women have said about Quad in general. So do I think Quad's a professional victim? I think Quad can milk a situation where she is the victim, but I don't think she's a professional victim. But I think she can milk it. When she said that they bled her dry. They left her to rot. Shout out to Miss Quad. She got it.
And so I guess kind of felt like, you know, here you are in front of your man. You should be uplifting him, but never should you even mention your ex.
I mean, I kind of feel like that too. Like, I feel like for Quad, if you're the one who wanted to leave the relationship and you're the one who now has the hot man with the abs of steel and, you know, got the you know, the car dealer, the car rental agency or whatever it is, that sounds very lucrative. Sounds like he's gifting you a car. The ex would be a distant thought to me
in that moment.
Especially if you're doing the do 15 times a minute.
And if Gregory did that to me, I would be upset. And so it really wasn't much. Gregory, he got upset. He was going through a lot of stuff at the time.
Now listen, I understand the man was going through. But I still feel some type of way about the way he turned around and snapped at you in your face. I ain't like that. I ain't like it one bit because that anger was misdirected.
He had just quit his job at the hospital and he was going through a lot. And then not only that, you know, I think that situation was traumatic for him too.
And I would agree with, I agree. And I said it before. I think that Quad and Dr. G obviously went through a lot of trauma in their marriage. And I also think that this is a hard situation because, you know, there is real trauma here mixed in with the reality TV function of this show. So we need entertainment and we want to be entertained. And so as everybody has signed up to do this, it is an agreed upon situation that we are going to come into contact. But for me, and I know that even as a therapist is not human, is human, excuse me. I also feel like you have got to have some ways for coping that don't feel like, okay, when somebody is doing something to trigger you, then how do you respond? Because you can't tell her how to respond this way, but you're responding that way. Again, human reaction, but I just feel like you have unrealistic expectations if you expect your wife not to say nothing, but you popping off.
And so you have to look at the actions of both of them. You know, is it?
I mean, and that's true. Both of these people played a part in that.
Gregory antagonizing her, or is she antagonizing Gregory? And so I have to look at that. You know,
who was antagonizing who? Who do you feel like was antagonizing who in that situation? Who's zooming who?
And you know, she's even tried to come in and fight me. And so, you know.
So we did hear her talk about Quad trying to fight her in one of her video recaps. This was and let me put the alleged badge up here because I was not there. Okay, the alleged badge has been here. Okay, because the allegedness knew that allegedly was coming. So alleged was already on the screen. So, and here we are back to alleged. Allegedly, Quad had ran up on her and breast bumped her and boom boom, and you know, and it could have turned into a thing. This was while Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly was having their own about the beatdown over there. So, you know, we didn't see the Quad and the Sweet Tea altercation. Check out the rest of this interview on Virtual Reality. An extended clip of this is on the Bravo Shade Room. It was just something that I felt like, let's talk about it. It's popping out there in the news right now. So let's give our little take on it, and you give your take on it. And then we come together, and then we take and 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 take. And by take, I mean write our comments. So with that being said, listen, make sure you guys are following me on the Snapchat, okay? Follow me on the Snapchat if you're not already doing so. Make sure you guys have tapped into the Rich Life community, 202-918-3386. Type of Rich Life in all caps. And then I will be getting with you guys shortly to give you guys the intel on what we do, how we do it, and how we earn income and get travel discounts up to 80% off, Beyonce tickets, how we can get deals on meals, restaurants, and savings and all types of things like that. And then how you can take that and then you can also earn as well. But listen, this is only for people that are interested in, that are serious. This is not for nobody that, if you like, I'm looking for leaders, okay? And if you're not a leader, then if you're not sick and tired of being sick and tired, then I mean, this ain't for you. So with that being said, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, and I will catch you in the next video.